Have you ever felt like the big boys in the industry are trying to squeeze you out of your market? I've heard this from numerous self-storage owners, and I want to give them the actions they can take to not only compete, but to beat the REITs. I thought to myself, why don't I just ask some of the most brilliantly successful giants in the world of self-storage and ask them what they're doing to compete in their local markets? And so, that's exactly what I did. I sent them the following message. Let's say you wake up one day and suddenly your self-storage business is surrounded by the REITs. I know you have lots of ideas, but now you need to focus on what I call your zone of genius. What is one strategy, one action that you're passionate about? It can be related to operations, marketing, sales, or revenue. Attendees of the summit are looking for not just what you do, but also how you do it. With all of our different speakers, collectively this summit will be presenting an amazing full circle of actions to help self-storage operators not only compete in the local market, but to dominate. So, are you ready to play? And with that message, the responses from these amazing storage minds have been flooding in and will be presented to you in the free Beat the REITs virtual summit. To claim your free ticket, go to beattheREIT.com. See you there.
This is the third week now, so this is all about move-ins. Got the foundation going, got the marketing going as far as getting the phone to ring. Well, now we want to focus this week on making the most of our efforts to get that phone to ring and really convert those customers. And it begins and ends with the phone. Okay, I don't care if you're using it yourself, you're using a call center. People are going to still be calling. Again, we all like to have them reserve online, and that's wonderful. But for the most part, everyone's still going to be calling to inquire about storage. Okay, that's the purpose of today, is making every call count. That's what we're going to be delving into here today. So let me just jump right into this now. Who else we got on here? Shelby, cool. Hello. All right. Can't look at comments anymore for a little bit. Let's jump into this. Okay. So for today, again, download the worksheet. I'm gonna go right down kind of the lines here for every call counts. First thing you're gonna see that's gonna be able to download on today's unit is this. So make this bigger here for you. Every call counts, script, sheet, whatever you want to say. I'm never going to be the one that's going to be preaching like, here is the script you have to use kind of a thing. No, because that makes you sound like a robot. You don't make it your own. There's a lot of reasons for it. It's more about a flow of the phone call, kind of beginning, middle, and end. So often, I don't want to sit here and trash different sites and all that and use the examples. Much rather you hear good example, okay? But I think I have it. Yeah, put it up here. I spent a lot of time. In fact, I put a link on the sheet today. And just look over here. There's calls, tons of calls. A few years back, under my other company called 3 Mile Domination that I had, I would call sites and just act like a customer, and I'd bleep out, their name and their address, so I don't totally embarrass anybody. And more often than not, it would be like a minute phone call. I'd call, what are you looking for in storage? Okay, try to give them a price or our size, and they would just come right back with a price, and that was kind of the end of the phone call. There was no structure to it. So if you want to spend some time, kind of listen to some of these calls and kind of almost listen to what not to do, there you go. I go back to your calling competition, just like you are a customer. Secret shop them, just so you can kind of see what you're up against in your area and how they are presenting themselves on the phone. Because again, the phone skills are highly, highly important here. So that's why we're going to focus on this today. For this, it's going to be kind of just me reading a lot of this to you. So reading time with Jim, but print this off, go through it. You'll get more comfortable the more you try it. And again, you don't have to use every single little thing. And I get it. Kind of make it your own. Just be more mindful about the flow of the phone call. Okay. Again, every call counts. That's why I named it that. We're spending the money to get that phone to ring. There's real value on that phone call. And again, with that lifetime value of a customer, now you're seeing, okay, if I convert that phone call, this is how much money is going to be coming in, average lifetime value. You got to make that association every time that phone rings. There's money on the other end of that line, okay? And man, I would love to say we get 20 phone calls a day for people inquiring about storage. Doesn't happen. I get that. You can't create a demand for storage. It's just not the case. So every time that phone rings, a handful of times it does. Sometimes I get it. Sometimes it only rings once or twice for actual storage presentations. Man, make it count. It's only for a few minutes, but you got to put a lot of effort and focus is really what it comes down to. It's focused energy on having a great presentation. So I just put in a few little tips here as far as reminders. I love standing up during a phone presentation. I wish I could stand up kind of doing this presentation, quite honestly, but I don't have a stand-up desk, and that'd be kind of weird me looking down at you. But I would in a heartbeat if I could, because this gives you more energy. It just does. That standing up, a simple little gesture like that, just helps get more energy, and that is conveyed definitely when it comes to your speech and your tone of voice when you're giving a presentation. Smile. Again, that just having that smile and that gesture that comes across as being friendly on the phone, not being put out like, what are you calling me for? Okay. And that's, man, when I call a lot of these sites, that's kind of the attitude I get from sites. They don't say that obviously, but man, it's just the tone of voice that comes across. Have enthusiasm in your voice. A lot of times, and I kind of struggle with this too, but on the phone or in video, you almost have to kind of have one more notch up than you would normally in a normal face-to-face interaction, because for whatever reason on the phone and the video, it just doesn't come across quite as well as face-to-face. You almost have to over exaggerate it a little bit for it to sound normal. Okay, does that make sense? There's some interesting studies that I've been out there that have talked exactly about that. It's totally the case. So kind of notched up a little bit more than you normally would in a face-to-face conversation, and that will come across as normal. So it's the best way I could say it there. Again, I treat each call like it's the most important call of the day, because it is, quite frankly. It's exactly what it is. So let's just kind of jump right into this here. Obviously, the greeting. Hey, thank you for calling XYZ Storage. This is Jim. How can I help you? Simple, easy first impression. You're getting across name of your facility and your name. This is all going to be about setting the stage and getting a rapport with your customer. Okay. Simple, effective. I don't want to give all the examples of people saying, hey, hello, or just the name of the facility. Having a name of the facility and including your name in it is very optimal. Okay. Just kind of set the stage and get things going. So of course they're going to tell you, yeah, and I'm just looking for storage and need storage, whatever. Whatever they say there. Okay, great. Let me pull up my current inventory real quick. Let's make this simple and easy for you. Again, it's a little key phrase in there that you kind of just setting the stage. Like, hey, great. Just want to let you know it's going to be simple and easy. It's not going to be salesy, that kind of thing. Sometimes they want to know that, okay, this is going to be an easy process. Again, just a little key phrase to put in there. May I ask your name? Hi, whatever they say. Hey, Betsy. I don't know where I pulled that one from. Well, while I'm pulling this up for you, have you ever stored with us before? Thanks for calling us. We have some great deals going on for our new customers right now. So again, when you simply say, hey, Betsy, while I'm pulling this up for you, have you ever stored with us before? Again, you're starting that relationship of getting information from them. You're starting to counsel them into this, not into the sale, but just counsel them to make sure that you're on their side. You're trying to help them. 9 times out of 10, of course, they're going to say, no, I never stored with you before. That's key because now you're setting the stage to be able to start building some features and benefits into this phone call, okay? Then you simply go right into, great, thanks for calling us. We have some great deals going on for our new customers right now. Again, they probably have never stored with you before. You got some great deals going on for just new customers, just like them, kind of making them feel special, okay? Like, ooh, okay, I'm getting something here. It's just subtle, but it's very effective. You mentioned that you haven't stored with us before. Well, here at our location, we have, and this is when you start getting your features, okay? Electronic data access, 24-hour video surveillance, makes our facility very safe and secure for you. And hey, we always have a guarantee that your space is going to be very clean and well maintained. You can phrase however you like that, but this is this perfect segue to talk about your facility and features and benefits to them. And most people, what they're worried about is security, cleanliness. So there's just a quick, take that, verbatim if you want, takes 6 seconds to say that. And that's something that is sorely missing from almost every presentation out there. Okay, very rarely do they squeeze in any sort of features and benefits to the customers before they just talk about the price. Go right on down. Okay, now as you've seen, this takes 10 seconds here, really from the beginning of asking what they're looking for. Great, I have our inventory pulled up for you. I want to help you choose the right size unit so you're not paying for more space than you need. Again, this is part of the counseling process and making sure you are helping them. You're on their side to save a buck or two. Make sure you find the right size. Can you give me a brief description of what you're storing? Biggest pet peeve I have in storage is people just saying, well, what size do you need? And that's another 95% of, I swear, of the managers out there that give them presentations, they say exactly that. Okay, what size do you need? You're putting all that responsibility immediately on the customer. And they're like, well, God, I don't know. That's why I called you, dude. Do you have storage available? Well, okay, well, I want to tell you what I'm storing so you can help me find the right size. Okay? Phrase it just like that. Can you give me a brief description of what you are storing? Simple. And that's where you're trying to find a match for them. Okay? Don't throw it on their shoulder to tell you what size. From what you're describing, you'll want a size of, I would usually give them 2 sizes. Okay? The smallest you could probably get into would be 5 by 10. And if you really took advantage of this space size, so you just kind of give them one smaller, just to say if you really took advantage of the size and know what you're doing, you could probably squeeze into something like this, but probably be more comfortable and more roomy. I would suggest this kind of size. Give a couple options. Don't go more than that. Okay. I've said this before a few times. A confused mind does not make a decision. Man, the last thing you want to do is, hey, we got a 5 by 5, we got 5 by 10, we got 10 by 10s, we got 10 by 15s, we go all the way up to 10 by 30s. We got just start. It's a shotgun approach. No, you're doing you a disservice, and you're doing the customer a disservice. It's just too much. They're calling you. You narrow it down to a couple sizes, okay? And again, once they come down to the site and actually start rolling up the doors and see it, they'll be like, oh no, man, this is not gonna work. Okay. So over the phone, get it down to 2 sizes. Okay, it's so imperative. Above and beyond that, you're just going to confuse them, and it's not going to lead to a rental. Okay, simple as that. In fact, I probably need to change this. I think I never get more than 3 sizes to choose from. I'm going to narrow it down to 2. Really, that's the way to go. Okay, so I actually do have a 10 by 10 available for you right now. It has talk about the unit for a second. Okay, no one does this either. Okay, just give a quick description. Does it have temperature control? Is it ground level access? Does it have individual door alarms? Okay, just 5 seconds of talking about the actual unit itself, and it's going for the lower rate of 89 bucks. Okay, whatever it's going to be. And if it applies, hey, this is what you can talk about. Again, I mentioned before, we have some great specials for our new customers, and this is what it is. All right. again, you're setting up that flow of everything before you give them the price. Okay, you're building the value, you're building the rapport with the customer. I've said this before. People that are storing your stuff, again, put yourself in their shoes. They're trying to find someone that they can know, like, and trust with everything that's important to them. Spend a couple seconds. And that's all it really is. It's not a long time. Just some of these keywords that we're talking about here immediately helps start to build that rapport with the customer, much, much more so than pretty much any of your competition is going to be doing. So again, I just want to reiterate, just have this in front of you and start calling your competition and stack them up against this kind of a presentation, and you'll start seeing, man, there's a lot of holes that's in their presentation that, man, just a few tweaks here and there makes all the difference in the world. It totally does. So anyway, let's get back into this. After giving the pricing, perfect. Well, it sounds like we have a perfect fit for you. Would you like to reserve this unit over the phone, or does it make more sense for you to come down and take a tour of the facility? That's key. That's golden. I actually stole that from a friend of mine named Derek Naylor, so I will give him credit where credit is due. If they say reserve, sweet. Okay, don't talk yourself out of the cell. Take the reservation immediately. If they say, well, I'll come down, I'll take a tour. Okay. Well, great. Well, how soon are you going to be needing this space? I can pull this out of our inventory right now, so nobody else gets it. Kind of the law of scarcity there. So no one else gets it. For when you come down to take a tour of the facility, can I secure the space for free for you right now, so it's ready for you to view when you come down? Again, you better put your name on it so I can take it out of our inventory. Otherwise, it might not be available by the time you come down. You're setting yourself up to make them make a commitment, is what it boils down to. Cool. Go down. I'm going to send you a confirmation. It's going to confirm the price, our location, and the discount we talked about. What's your cell number? And I'll text you the quote so you can take advantage of the movement special I just quoted you. Okay? This is key. This is going to be great communication that hey, you want it? I'm going to send it to you in writing so you have what we talked about. Okay? Chances are people that are going online they're going to call anywhere from, I've heard different things, but at least probably 3 sites. Okay? Stand out. Make sure that you act like you want the rental. Quite frankly, I've seen it way too often. People are way too nonchalant, like, all right, cool, man, thanks for calling. Just too easygoing. No, act like you care when you should care, but you want to convey that to the customer, like you want their business. You're the best site for them. You're the best fit for them. You're the best value in town. You want to give them every opportunity to make sure that's conveyed to them that, hey, you want their business. You want to help them. Okay. That's where this comes in. So in that confirmation, great. You just want to confirm the price. So you have it all handy in front of you. The price, the size, the movement special that we talked about. So it's very convenient for you. This goes back into that text request we were talking about earlier. Again, we use this for the reviews. Well, this is how you would use it specifically for doing the phone call confirmation. I'm just going to go into here real quick. So it's text request. I'm going to hit compose message. I'm just going to send this to myself. Again, I'll have all the kind of structures of the quotes here, so I don't have to recreate the wheel every single time. Okay. And just kind of fill in the blanks. What do you talk about? And you can do this as you're talking if you want, or immediately right after, but so let's just take $89. Why not? Whatever special you had. It was great. What did I say the name was? Betsy, huh? I don't know where I pulled that from. Okay. How do you spell it? Sure. All right. Great. So it's going to have, there's the price, size, price, details you talked about. See you soon. Your information. Sweet. You attach that image. I don't think I have it saved here, but you get the idea. You find your I'll just do the review one. But you'll have a little image that says, hey, thanks a lot for calling. Boom. Send it off. Okay, done. So now they'll have that on the phone. That's a great way to, again, showing that you care, you want the rental. Plus, it's a nice, handy little thing. Now that you have information, you can follow up with them. We'll get into this tomorrow as well. But now while we're talking about it, now you just have information to be able to follow up. And again, texting, it's the number one way, guys. I mean, nobody wants to be called on the phone. I mean, I know I get a lot of phone calls during the day, but you want to kind of help them and be value their time. And text is really the efficient and non-evasive way of, I'm not going to bug them, of confirming, hey, you just want to follow up, you still need that unit, we're holding here for you. Be able to send it in a text that way, and it's very easy on a system like on this to go back in and follow up with them, okay? So we'll get more of that tomorrow as well, but now that you have that information handy, you can use it. So anyway, go back to this to say, hey, to send off that quote for you. Do you have any further questions for me? Anything else that they have to come up? Now it's time to address it. Okay, well, great. Well, thank you for calling XYZ Storage, Betsy. Have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay. Now, I know sitting here going through this took some time, but ideally from beginning, middle, and end, this is 5-minute phone call at most. You want to go more than that? It's like, no, you're probably doing yourself a disservice going any more than that. 5-minute max, okay? I see way too often when I call these sites and doing a secret shopper, they're 2 minutes and less. And I'm sorry, you just cannot get enough information out in that amount of time, okay? So why is just another couple minutes to really convey everything your site has to offer, boost those conversions to get that rental, okay? We're just talking a couple minutes, and that makes just all the difference in the world. So my little challenge today for you here is print this off, say it out loud, don't just read it, okay? Say it, talk it out, say it out loud. If you can role play with somebody else or your boss or coworker or whoever, do it, try it, okay? And if you don't, next phone call that comes in, just give it a shot. Just try it, okay? It's a little uncomfortable. I get it at first, especially people that haven't done this and they've just kind of just done their sales presentation that they've made up on their own, or they just kind of just wing it, okay? I'm all for winging it sometimes, but when it comes to this kind of thing, structure makes a big difference. It really does. So kind of get out of your comfort zone. Try this today, starting today. Next phone call, to just have it out in front of you. Just go it. And like if anything, that's why I talk about with like call centers, and they are good what they're doing because it's reps. Okay, they're doing the presentation call after call after call after call every single day. They're getting a lot of reps in. They get it. I get the managers that are kind of one man show and they're taking the phone calls. You're not getting that many reps every single day. Okay, you're just not. So it's important to really, you got to get in the zone and focus. Have something like this in front of you to help guide you along. Okay, and again, make it your own. You don't have to read it verbatim. Don't do that. But just have that in mind of the flow of the phone call. Okay, and these are the elements to hit. So with that, we got that. Okay. I think we're good. Today's homework action item. If you want to see what that quote looks like on the customer's point of view, it should already be up here. Let's pull this up here and see. I just like to make sure it's all in the units for you, so it's easy to find. Again, I hope this format is working for you guys, okay? Best way to kind of get a course type of thing format within Facebook groups. Again, I was trying to keep everything I could within the Facebook environment here. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, for today, I want to text quote to that phone number. That's my number. I'll send you the sales quote just so you can kind of see what it looks like again from the customer's point of view on what they'll get. And then ask yourself, okay, once you're looking at it, like, okay, is anybody else doing this in my area? Chances are probably not. Some of the REITs are doing it. I mean, that's where I stole it from, quite honestly. I just made it a little bit better with the picture. I like pictures, I like graphics, okay? Looks more professional to me. That's why I use this service. Yeah, check it out. See if just ask yourself that question. Man, if I got this on my phone, would I be more apt to rent from these guys versus someone they didn't send me anything. I didn't really write it down. And okay, you're just increasing your chances of getting the rental. Okay. Again, not salesy, but if you guys want this service, I do it on my package of $15 a month. Okay. Set it up. You can text as many as you want and knock your heart out. So I'll help you with create the image and all that kind of stuff. So let me know if you're interested in that. But that is going to be it for today. So really focus on this, print this off, go through it, say it out loud, try it on your next phone call, and the one after that, and the one after that. Just get in the reps and just get more comfortable with it. All right. And I promise, whatever your conversions are at right now, again, even if it's only boosting them up in there 5-10%, again, that's an extra few rentals a month. It makes all the difference in the world on bringing some more income and more rentals in your facility. So give it a shot. Any feedback? Again, thanks a lot, guys. Let me know. Appreciate you being part of this group. Going to keep this going. We got 2 more weeks here. We're halfway through this. So I hope you're getting some value out of it. Any comments, please let me know. Keep it going. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.